Hi guys. So I'm building myself a portable carport, which I plan on making using a PVC pipe frame as to make it light in order to make it easy to move around. I will be using a 3/4 schedule 40 rigid conduit PVC pipe, color gray, such as the ones used by electricians. The contractor working on my canvas top for the carport suggested that I made it in a circular shape so as to help rain fall from the sides of the frame. This required for me to bend PVC pipes to approximately 8 feet in width. The pipes that I purchased came in 10-foot length, which I cut down to 8 feet for my particular project. Obviously, your frame size and circular pipe width will be different than mine. However, the principle of the jig will be the same. By the way, there is another video on YouTube on how to bend pipes with a jig identical to mine. However, they don't really go into any step-by-step details on how to construct it. So this is where I come in. Anyways, so let's begin by talking about the tools and materials that you will be using in this particular project. Okay, guys, so here's a list of the tools and materials that we're going to be using in the project. You first going to need two 36-inch paint wood rulers. You're going to need 1/2 inch by 10 feet schedule 40 PVC pipe. You're going to need 3 2x4x8s. You're going to need one 4x8 plywood board. In my case, I use 1532, but you may want to use a different thickness. You're going to need one circular or meter saw. You're going to need one small, 15-foot steel peach tape, such as those that electricians use. You're going to need one little can of PVC cement, one PVC cutting tool, a roll of rope. I use cotton twine. You may use another one. One hammer. You're going to need about a 1/2 pound of wood screws. I use 1 inch. You may want to use a different size. You're going to need one cone, some working gloves, and some protective work glasses. Hi folks, here we are. We're ready to start making the homemade jig that I told you about. I'm here with my wife Odalis. She's going to be the producer using the camera. And the first thing that I want to do or show you is the different tools, like I said before, that you're going to be using in this project. I have it all laid out here. Like I said, the first thing and the most important piece that you're going to need is your plywood. Okay, this is a 4x8 piece of plywood. It's 1532 now. Then again, you may use another thickness. That's really up to you. I didn't want a very heavy piece, so I picked a 50x32. In addition to the plywood, you're going to need, like I said before, a ruler, a wood ruler, one that you find in your home care center at the paint department. The ruler will eventually be used to cut it into smaller pieces of approximately 5 inches, and I'll show you later what they're going to be used for. I have 3 samples here of the size that you will be cutting this wood rulers. Next, you're going to need either a circular saw or some kind of a table saw in order to cut your 2x4 pieces. Then you're going to need a fish tape, and I'll show you in a minute how this will be used. You're going to need some cement, regular cement for PVC cement. You're going to need a twine rope. You're going to need a hammer to help you push down your pipe in the jig. You're going to need a PVC cutter, okay, and you're also going to need a marker. Okay guys, so as I was telling you before, you're going to need half an inch schedule 40 PVC pipe, the region type. And the reason that you're going to need a half inch is you need to have flexibility, because eventually this piece is going to be used as your template for making the jig. Now, the way you do this is the following. You take your fish tape, all right, and you're going to attach your rope to your fish tape here, and you're going to insert it on this side of the pipe, okay, and to make it easy on yourself until you reach the other end of the pipe. Eventually, you're going to find yourself with a piece such as the one that I'm showing you here. So what I did is I measured the circle in a way that this line here is 8 feet. Needless to say, if you want to do say a smaller circle of the arch or a wider one, what you're going to do is you will use this rope, the one that you inserted before. You're going to tie it in a way that it confines to the width of the jig that you want to make. You can do a smaller circle or a wider circle by tightening the rope. Okay, the first thing that you want to do here is once you have to determine the size of the arch that you want to do, and that obviously depends on your particular project. In my particular case, I just wanted a pipe or a circle that would be close to the 8 feet of the plywood. So what I did is I marked this side here, and I marked the other side here, and then I went ahead with my marker and I just drew a line, okay, like you see drawn here. This is a drawing of the template, of the pipe template that I use. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to cut your 2x4s. In my case, I did it at 7 inches. And I think I used 32 of them. The way that you do this is simple. You take one of your lines, either the top line or the bottom line of the drawing you made when you started with a template, and you only going to lay down, or you're going to attach one of the layers, either the bottom layer or the top layer. Once you've laid down your first layer, your first circular layer of 2x4s, you're going to use a small size pipe of the pipe that you will eventually be using. In my case, 3/4 conduit pipe. So once you've laid down your blocks, okay, you're gonna put a small tube here in each one, and directly opposite to the first layer that you put down, you're gonna put your, after you've done the whole layer, first layer, you're gonna do the opposite layer by using this tube and making sure you're gonna use this as a guide, okay, and it's gonna assure you have the right size. So now I'm going to proceed to insert the tube into the jig. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is make sure that your end here matches, the end of you have to match it, so that to make sure that you got the right insert here. Then you're gonna go, and with the help of a hammer, you're gonna slowly turn your PVC pipe so that it all fits into the holes that we have provided for. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I think I got it there. And let me just, you have to be very patient. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay, I think we're almost there. We are. Okay, so let me show you now the reason for the use of the ruler separation. What you see here is, if you notice here, the pipe is laid on the ruler, and it doesn't allow for the pipe to reach contact with the plywood. Again, the reason for that is eventually we're going to be putting boiling water on the jig, on the pipe, and we don't want that boiling water to the heat of the boiling water to extend to the plywood. We wanted to keep it from it, and that's why we use the ruler. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is you want to attach some ends to your circular pipe, which eventually is going to host the down poles in order to make the circular frame. In my case, I'm using a 45-degree elbow of the same type of pipe, of the same conduit pipe at both ends, and you are going to glue those to the end of the pipe here by using one of those cement, regular cements that you pick at any hardware store. First, I'm going to do the joint here, and as you notice, I put PVC on both ends, the female on, and now the next thing is you do the same thing with the actual 45-degree elbow. Put a little bit of cement on both ends. Okay, and just make sure when you do this that that you're level in a way that you're going to get a straight pipe coming down eventually, which I will use at the end. You repeat this on the other side of the pipe. Okay, I'm at the other end of the pipe, and I do the same thing I did on that other end. Put a little bit of glue on the male and the female. Okay, and the same thing with the elbow. Put a little bit of glue on both ends. Put it there, and just make sure that I have it facing straight down. So this is where eventually the downward pipe is going to go. So anyways, I have the pipe here sitting on the jig for a few hours. Before I said 8 hours. You don't need to go as long as 8 hours. The longer, obviously, the better. The more it helps shape the pipe. But you know, a couple of hours would do fine. Now notice that I'm wearing protective gear. I'm wearing my gloves, and I'm wearing my protective glasses, because you don't want this boiling water and spinning on you, because it can really hurt you. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Is I pre-measured the amount of water that I was going to use in order to fill the pipe. In my case, it was 2 quarts and a couple of cups. In your case, the amount of water needed may be less or more. Anyways, as you notice now, it's coming out. It's coming out on the other end of the pipe, which is exactly what we wanted. So, anyways, the pipe now should be quite hot, and we want to leave it. We want to leave it like this for about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to stop now, come back in 15 to 20 minutes, and take a look at the final product. So anyways, I have let 20 minutes go by, and we're getting ready now to cool the pipe so that we can take it out of the jig. And one thing though, just so that you know, water boils at 212 degrees, and typically the pipes become malleable at 170 degrees. So what I'm going to do now is just put some cold water on the pipe, just refresh it, and take it out of the shape here. I think that's enough, so I always cool it down, try to cool it down some more. And sure enough, it's ready now to come out of the jig, and let's see what happens. Anyway, so we're in our final step here. We're going to take the pipe out of the jig and see what the end result is. There you go. As you can see, the pipe is now perfectly formed to the size and shape that I wanted. This is a success, which I hope that you can use in your particular project. Thank you.